Yeah, we were talking about your new your new problem. We were talking about your new record that's coming out. Tell me a little more about that. Your new problem, yeah,
Action.
and action. All right, Tommy. So we'll start that again. Tell me a little bit about your new project, what it's about.
It's called Live a Little, and it touches on several of the songs have sort of a musing about mortality because all of us around this table are of an age now that friends of ours are, it feels like they're dropping like flies because we're that age now. People do pass away, and um, it's sometimes you grieve, and sometimes you wind up not having any grief in you yet. And then 6 months later, you realize you haven't seen this person, and then you realize you'll never see him again. And so there's several songs about that, but it's not all dreary. You got other songs uh, that are happy,
Right.
that are funny, and some of the songs I go for making songs that are both funny and tragic at the same time. And I got there, 3 or 4 times on this record.
Nice. Now, so is there some poetry woven in there?
There's not a spoken word piece on this record,
Okay.
but there's well, Hoboken is almost a spoken word piece. It has a band behind it. Eric Amble produced it in Brooklyn last summer, and several Brooklyn cats are playing on it, and it's weird. I can't put my finger on it, but for some reason it doesn't sound like a Nashville record. It sounds like a New York record, and I don't know why. I can't put my finger on what's different about it.
Production, maybe? The sound of it?
The something, just the atmosphere of it. And maybe it has to do with that I was in Brooklyn when we recorded it, so that's how I remember it. I don't know. I'll have to hear other people's reactions to it. It's a good record. Comes out December 5th.
Okay.
I could still listen to it.
Well, congratulations. That's a good sign.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit. I want to dig a little bit deeper here. You know, you've gone on a long journey, and it's been a fantastic one. And it's really cool seeing you play still local venues and stuff when I run into you. And when you perform, you have this amazing energy that's just like you still got it, you know. And I got some great shots of you at D's on stage too in different crazy outfits and stuff. I need to get those to you. But tell me philosophically where you feel you're at and what's different about you now than say 20 years ago, and what's your goal now? What is it that you're trying to do?
I'm trying to live like like everybody around the table here. Age is a funny thing. There's things that used to bother the hell out of me.
Yeah.
That don't phase me at all anymore. Priorities. Yeah, priorities. How much stress do you want to feel? Choose your battles. I One thing, the thing I'm most grateful for is because of the line of work that we've all chosen around the table here. I've got friends out the wazoo. I've been broke my entire life. I've never had any money. But when it comes to friends, I feel like a millionaire. You go out on the town and you see all your buddies like Peter and you and whoever, and we're all in the same boat together, and it feels like it. There's no backbiting or bad mouthing anybody. We all know we're in this together, and that's I really cherish that. I cherish going out and seeing other bands that are friends of mine. And oftentimes they are people that was in the original rock and roll scene that I was in the 80s and 90s, and everybody was too cool for school then. You didn't, my band rules, your band sucks, and all that.
Right.
And now, we're all human beings. It's like going back to your high school reunion, and everybody's nice all of a sudden.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's truly an amazing thing how we've all like stayed in the orbit, and the well, it's different now because 25, 30, 35, 40 years ago when we were all doing this, it was it was a smaller scene. There was no digital media. You could actually, if you were good, you could get somewhere, and now there's 75 venues rocking every night of the week with filled with mediocre talent.
No one opened it this weekend.
Yeah. The bar. I'm gonna say this about the scene. Like I feel that in Nashville, the bar for excellence has dropped significantly with the influx of new musicians. But I also feel like that the scene now is very collaborative because there's so much going on. Everybody wants to be heard. They want to create. I can't. The only person who said no to me for a session is Tom Britt, and it's because he just can't like handle the moving around and taking amps and doing all this. But he did play on a couple of my songs on the last record, which I'm very proud of. But long story short, everybody wants to work together. Like in Nashville, I say if you can't put a band together or do a recording project, there's something wrong with you. Because everybody wants to create here.
Yeah, exactly.
They do, and that's a wonderful thing to be a part of. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a mixed blessing, but and most people probably don't think it's a blessing, but in our scene, just the Americana scene that I live in and work in, uh, Peter's lived in and worked in, it there's no money in it. I mean, every now and then you get a Jason Isbell or somebody that does hit the Death Star and blows up. But otherwise, there's no money in it, so there's nobody crawling over anybody else's dead body to get to the brass ring. The brass ring doesn't exist. Yeah, yeah. Punk won. We make our own rules.
Bar one, there's no